right, guess who's here at 9 o'clock? Yep, I'm here. Loud and clear. Calm down epidemic, though. There we go. Nine o'clock is a better time. That gives you time to get up and take your pajamas off. Get down to your local Denny's. So we're having coffee together. I'm adjusting my equipment here. There we go. A little more. There we go. Just angle that this way. There we go. That's it. Because I tend to look more to my right. That's an oxymoron if I ever heard one. Right? Except it's not a moron. It's an oxypoto. I do tend to look a little right of middle. And I also look a little right of middle when I'm, yakking with you guys and girls. I'm dealing with my Heel Air Transformer. Bob Heel's PR20 microphone, PR40, 40. Every time he came up with a new design, it was, 38, 39, 40. 39 is like, more of a handheld design. Same guts, I think. The internals are the same. Just the singers can, run around the stage with it. It is cord connected. If you want it wireless, you can stick the wireless device on, which they are quite spectacular, by the way. I have a wireless device. Let's see if I can. Here it is, right here. It's all wrapped up in a bag. Seems like it's pretty well packed. So this will be annoying to get it back in the back. Oh, this is important. I should just connect this to my, I have Velcro on it. There's Velcro there, but it's not in the right place. Yeah. And then, of course, you don't have to Velcro it. This is a receiver, actually. You squeeze these little tabs down. It exposes these lithium. You should always get these lithium, you see the energizer cells. These are classic, double A. They call them energizer. I think they're some kind of lithium chemistry. And set. And the on-off switch is underneath. Yeah. So obviously I have it off. But that could, that should stand up. I should have the Velcro. It really doesn't matter which way the antenna is. it has like a tripod thing, so you can put it on your camera. That's what that's all about. Maybe I can figure some kind of tripod situation. All right, for now we'll just park it over here. That was my other stuff. I'll put it behind my, what do you call it? That's probably not a good idea. Anyway, and here's the thing that goes in the back end of the mic. I have it wrapped up in a nice little... You might have seen these, particularly when they dispatch, somebody out into, a serious weather place, bad weather, floods, and all this. So this plugs in the back of the microphone. So you can see this microphone. So you just, if I unplug that wire, then we're going to have to, you won't be able to hear me. Oh, that'd be terrible. Anyway, this is Sennheiser. Yeah. These guys make everything, microphones, all kinds of sound equipment. They're wireless. So instead of the microphone having a wireless thing in here, it's in here. And you just plug this in the back end of the microphone. It has a receptacle there to, you see it, to accept the microphone. It's a male. I think it's male, yeah. And the female plug is there. Anyway, this is a little, it's a massive thing. It has a little weight to it. It's designed to be dropped. It's got a screen on it, and I set it to a channel. The network broadcasters are very interested on what channel you have it set on, because they have wireless stuff, and they don't want it interfering with their network equipment. When you're just a photographer for the university, FAU. So we're like, no, that's not working. We're like second-class citizens. All right, let's wrap it this way. It's important to, stuff is valuable stuff, Anyway, so you just put this is an old stretched out headband, to tie up your hair. There we go. That'll keep that. So that makes it, it's connected. It has a particular channel. There's all kinds of channels you can pick. The channel that's in this transmitter is matched to the channel that is selected here. On the screen, when you turn it on, I'll turn it on. Now this is the receiver. Let's see. There you go. Yes. It's all ready. 502.100 megahertz. Off. You gotta hold it for a while to get it off. Anyway, I'll just put that there somehow, so that doesn't get lost in the shuffle. Put this wire back in there, so that's maybe tomorrow. It's tomorrow, Thursday. I'll go wireless with this microphone and go wide angle on my display here, which I can do at any time. There, we'll just put this back in here. Yep, That'd be the end of that. Technology. Oops. Maybe I'll put this in there. I got the little bag to protect it, so I might as well put it in there. Right? What the hell? Sorry I'm wasting time on that, but I just came across it. So this is wired mic. It goes on this boom mic, and it goes all the way up. They can't see what the hell you're talking about. There we go. So now you can just move boom mic. The boom goes all the way up there. Remember that? A little bump right there. It goes down here, wraps around behind this equipment, comes up, and it gets switched to a short red cord because it's connected to one of these dynamite wires. These dynamite inline. You use this for dynamic microphones. Now I don't need it when I use that transmitter to do that because the signal is already enhanced because of the transmitting circuitry. But just put it out of the box, this dynamic microphone, instead of having this built into every single microphone, you have one of these and you just put it in line with your soundboard. I'll show you. Just turn it. There you go. This little guy. So yeah, it has. You can take it apart. It has. I let the other guys take it apart, and you can go online and look at it. Can we calm down the music just a little bit? There we go. Is that better? I feel like I'm competing with the epidemic. This little guy called Dynamite. SE. The DM1. They had the DM3 and the DM5, which you can choose the impedance between your soundboard and the microphone. This does it automatically. It's the first one. They work. I think I have 4 of them, one for each of my inputs. There we go. So, you just get wires, and if you need 20 feet of cable, you get a shorty for 3 feet and a long one for 20. That gives you 23 feet. And you have a break in the line with these XLR. If you didn't want to have this thing in here, you could just do this and connect the 2 cables together. Whoops, there you go, see, like that. But in line, we're going to put this in here and this in here. I gotta get that in all the way. There we go. And then, now the soundboard sends 42 volts DC into here, and then stops the voltage so it doesn't get into the microphone, because the dynamic microphone doesn't need any electricity. It's self-energized by the virtue that it has excuse me a minute. There we go. I'm hanging that up. I have a little clip over here. It's holding properly, yeah. So if I wanted to do wireless, I can use this magical device you put on the input of your soundboard, and then you put the transmitter that I had in this little bag on the end of the microphone, and then you're good to go to have a wireless microphone. You could just peel the headphones off and just walk around and be talking. I'd have the, let's see, I don't think I could, I have to be connected. I don't know how I could go wireless with my, but, I have another iPad, MacBook Pro, my secondary backup Pro. I could use that, and I could be out in the living room and or on the balcony, in the afternoon, do an afternoon broadcast when the sun is over my hangover on the roof, whatever you want to call it, in the balcony, the guy's balcony that's above me. It covers, so it's sun protection for me. So when it gets over noon, the sun is over the edge of the apartment building, because I'm facing east, and it's 83 degrees on the balcony, 58% relative humidity. I have see this right here, this thermometer thing here. We're full view here, so you can see more of me than normal. I could turn that a little bit. I turn it a little bit, and it's not going to work right for when it's combined with the other signal. But anyway, there we are. This is my delayed network, Fox News Network. You can see the time right there, 9:17 a.m. I was on. 9 o'clock is a good time because I have plenty. I had real struggles with the internet this morning. I don't know. I couldn't wake this guy up. I couldn't wake that guy up. I couldn't get that little Wi-Fi thing working. So I got it working on the MacBook Pro. That's the important thing. But some of these, I'm using a VPN network, and I don't know why. I don't know. I just seem to have. I don't know whether the phone company has re-provisioned, sent new firmware down for the modem, and it's not quite compatible with all the. I usually have the most current version of the operating system, and that that makes sure that you have all the security bugs and so forth out of your so no one can attack your computer. All right, we're gonna add this. We got to swap cameras because I like to be on the other side, which I can do that. Just swap cameras. Bingo. There we go. I'm over on the right side, which is where I belong. You can see I have a fresh pot of coffee. So, I was up at like 6. I had a pot of coffee then. Not a pot. I had a K-cup. Which I have plugged into my, it's a single cup serve in the kitchen, and I poured distilled water in it whenever necessary. It holds 72 ounces of water, if I have that correct. And, so it's good for, 4 12-ounce cups, mugs of coffee. That's what you want. There we go. Turn down the screen intensity on this. The camera is so insensitive. This little guy up here. Yeah. Whew. It sees light you didn't even know existed. Yep. So this is the Simulcast over 3 social networks. You can see it up on top. FAU4U, YouTube Live, Facebook Live, and Twitter Live, also known as X. It's a live simulcast. I'm live on television right now. Tune in. Get on your computer or your iPad and go to your YouTube channel. You can download an app, I believe. Let's just check that out. So here's the App Store. Let's see if that loads up. Loading. Oh. Yeah, I was trying to do some live stuff on this, and I'm still having connectivity issues. No, that was an email thing. Let's go to CyberGhost and see if we're connected with this iPad. I have a feeling we're not. See how the CyberGhost, that little doodad is going around. Whoop. That looks good. This is a no network. No. It keeps trying. I might as well say yes. It wants to do this test. Pass, fail. Yeah, I know. Pass, fail, yeah. All right, we got that. Get out of here. Let's go to, how are we going to get this going? All right, we go to settings. This is a live broadcast here. We're going to go to, on this screen over here, which you can't see, so we'll make it full screen. I'll go full screen over here for a while, so you can see everything I'm doing on this thing. So I'm in the settings app. I can close that out just to make sure. In the very lower corner, the very left corner, you see that little gear looking doodad? Yeah, touch that. And now, here's what comes up. VPN not connected. Yeah, I'll try to turn that switch. Connecting. It's trying to connect. So in the meantime, I'm going to go to Bluetooth and make sure the RPP 801 is checked. I can go to airplane mode. Let's do that. Which turns off all the transmitters. Okay? So like if you were in an airplane and the pilot says, please turn off all your, like it doesn't interfere with this stuff, with a totally different frequency bands. But, you could have a defective one and then it's, interfering with their radios because yours is defective. But they're all receivers. All these devices we carry around, are not transmitters, they're receivers, largely. Okay, here we go. So now the Wi-Fi has been off for, a minute or so. Now we'll turn it back on. There it is. It's logged into 801. I'm going to hit the little I button right below that green switch. There you go. It's got a password to get into it. Hope I have the right password. I wonder if that's the problem. Yeah, you got to get it gets the password from that. Well, let's go there, see if it's working yet. Run, fail. All right, that's going through a cycle over and over again. Let's see if we can see where Maryland is. This is Federal Highway. Yeah. Setting up this parking application. where it zeroes in on your iPhone and you sign up for your parking. When you're in a parking spot, GPS finds where you are and you just touch on it to verify that's where you be, and then that's it. You don't have to go to the parking meter at all. It's all handled right through the iPhone. And then when you're done, when you get back in the car, you go back to the app and say done or something like it, and then it calculates your parking charge and immediately whacks your debit card instead of you flumming around having to put your debit card number in and your secret what's on the back of it and all that monkey business. Anyway, so look at that. I see a little airplane up there. Am I still in airplane mode? I am. See, the green switch is on, so that's strange. How can Wi-Fi be on if airplane? Anyway, so airplane mode turns off all the transmitters in your iPad, so nothing can transmit out of your iPad when it's in airplane mode. A little airplane showed up in the top corner of the screen, which is right above the ticker tape. You can see I have my arrow. I don't know if you can see the arrow. Yeah, there's no little airplane up there, so that's a good thing. Change to always allow. That's the parking app. All right, so we're gonna go back to CyberGhost and see if there's any improvement. I don't like it. It should be quick. The CyberGhost is really fast. Not today. So is this gonna refresh? Oh, that's pictures. Dummy. How's the weather? Oh crap, I'm not gonna get any of this stuff because this is stupid. I just can't get my iPad to connect to it right now. All right, so that's okay. I got all kinds of things to talk about because I read a whole bunch of stories, and I can run down for you. Marilyn was at an event for Seacoast last night until 8 or 8:30 or so. And I said, hey, if you got an extra blue duck, those little thingies you put on your dashboard, it can't be bigger than this, my thumb. Let's add me back into the picture. There you go. No bigger than your thumb. And I said, if you have an extra bag, bag clips, you could use a couple of those. They have these, that's their table, and they have these handouts on the table. Maybe all that stuff was gone. They got back down to the point where there's a couple of bag clips underneath this bag thing that they give you. You can put your brochures. There's headphones in there in these little bags. It looks like wires. And you put your business card in there, and you got a lot of business cards. That's a good thing. And there's one of the employees who had a black top, and Marilyn is taking the picture, so she's what does she look like? There she is right there with the Seacoast top thing on there. It says Marilyn M. Wilson.
It's 9:30.
There you go. So the two of them, at least the two of them, were at this event. Man, I guess these are all Seacoast people. I don't know everybody at Seacoast. See, now that we can edit. Want to do a little edit on that, baby? Can I do it? Copy photo. Maybe it's already in my... Oh, I thought I was... Yeah, I am there. I should be able to edit that. Interesting. Duplicate. Save and continue. Duplicate as a still photo. Cannot duplicate photo. What I can do is I can do this. There we go. Whoops. Do a print screen. And then go to my photo album. And get out of here. And go to the screenshot. There we go. Now I'm seeing the stuff down below. So now I can do an edit. And I'm going to hit on the left side of the iPad. I'm going to press crop. And then the middle button. That's a aspect ratio. Now watch. If I pull it up. And if I pull it down. Watch. So here the door or the side panel is like it's all lopsided, you know, and it has the same, it has this, you know, I'm a 9-foot person taking the picture down on you. So, what is going on here? It's live television, sorry. There you go. I'm going to pick crop. I'm going to go to this one right here, and I'm going to pull it down, which is going to make the walls, you know, so there's some balance. Go back to here and make sure we have the horizon set right. Over here to adjust. Hit the auto. We should brighten that up just a tad. That looks good. Let's turn up the black point. It gives it a little deeper. See how the clothing, if you have it, that's, looks, no, that doesn't look good. Looks like it's gonna rain inside, overcast rain, high humidity. You pull that baby down and you see the reflection on the clothing, particularly the black clothing. So you pull it down a little bit. It enriches the color for everybody. And there we go, just like that. There we go. Anything more to do with cropping? I really don't want to crop tool. Freeform. I'm going to pull this up because those words are like missing in action. How come that is? Why can't I get... Alright. Can't, so can't. There we go, that looks better. the adjustment for. Okay, we've already done that. Alright, so this is good to go. I got the edge of the table straight across on the bottom. The walls are mostly up and down. A little bit of a couple degree angle over there. I think that's a saber. Uh-huh. All right, flipboard. Columbia student arrested by ICE as deep well of support in Vermont. Yeah, I have to check him out, right? Oops. All right. We're done. That one. The headline over here. Van Holen does a full Ginsburg. Whatever that means. Is that like reversal? Sounds like reverse. It's loading, it says. I'm not connected to the web properly. It says I'm connected. I got the little baseball diamond thing up there. But, American audience is all enamored with nipples. We have this is, what do you call it? Sammy Sheen almost let her nipples poke through her Coachella outfit in this photo op. Heaven forbid that would happen. Like, let's see if that photo came through. Yeah, so what's the... she has like little pasty things on there covering up her. And I guess maybe one of them... Oh, here, maybe in the fishnet here, there's a... Looks like there's a nipple hung up in the net. Underneath there. Oh, boy. Gotta keep an eye on those nipples, you know? We don't want them to get out of control. Got these... actress, Sheen, I guess Martin Sheen. Is this a daughter of that person, by chance? All right, these guys look all right. Nearly 300,000 people are dumped. Nearly 300,000 people dumped Verizon as a technology supplier because of price hikes. And the story is showing their prices with other prices, and you should consider X instead of Y. That's what's going on there. Secretary of State Marco Rubio released a new proposed organizational chart No, it says today. It's probably maybe. Here is the org chart. I'll pull one. This is the entire chart for the State Department. Let's see if we can find where the spokesperson is. Undersecretary of Policy Affairs. No. Undersecretary for... I have to see the old chart to vote on the new one. Like they're seeking my vote. Yeah, I don't think so. Let's just look through the characteristics of where Undersecretary for Control and Internet Security. We're looking. I mean, it's military affairs configuration. I'm going through this, looking through every box quickly. Global affairs, public affairs. All right, Undersecretary for Management. All right, budget, planning, control. Office of. The org chart for the State Department of the United States of America. I've tweaked that as much as I can. Here's a little story about it. And this is proposed. It goes to the executive office. He's a cabinet member, and he's proposing this change to the org chart. It really doesn't hack people out. It just puts the box under the right person, in case it's not, and organizes everybody. So that's the entire State Department. And so someone would say, well, if I touch the chart, you're just going to see a piece. But if you go here, you get the full. Yeah. Okay. Days. And we're going to pick today. No, not enough photos in today. This is everything that's been saved today. That's a good way to look at stuff. Make sure you have it. And Elon Musk is essentially telling Trump that he's not going to be, he might be there once a week, maybe twice a week, to just, pick up where the other guys left off, so to speak. I don't think he wants to be the active duty officer. While they didn't have to essentially resign from. We're at Denny's, remember? These all the different days you can see. On Friday we had ham stuff. Well, wants to swap the collateral on two buildings. One in Fort Lauderdale has a loan on it, so we want the loan to be collateralized by his Titusville house instead of his office building. It's a nice house. Let's see if I can show you a photo of a nice house. There it is. A little hard on it even. There be said house. There was a cone in the driveway, and I removed the cone. Pretty nice house, huh? I think it's 4,000 square feet. Each floor is 2,000 square feet. Yeah. He sent me the preliminary plans a couple of years ago. It'd be done. 101. Let's see if I pull up on the photo. There it is. You see the info up in the top? There you go. Does that move around? Yeah, it does move around. Yeah, I can move it over so you can see it. Titusville property, 101 River Park Boulevard. The picture was taken, or edited, a couple of days ago. See, adjusted. It's JPEG. 8 million pixel image. Sure, Jimmy. So that's that. No, I don't know whose car is in the driveway. All right, last week's golf tournament, the RBC Heritage, I guess. This is April 21st. This is Monday. So for Sunday's golf tournament, that Justin Thomas won. He sunk a long putt. He was so excited because it's the first time he's seen a lot of his buddies sink long putts to win a game. He says, that never happened to me. I always miss those long putts. Yeah, it gets, your knees start to knock. You got 8,000 people watching you. They're breathing. They're making noises. You hear them screwing around with their cups and ice. And, it's supposed to be dead silent. And, of course, it never is. There's always someone clicking something, And so we played a time. He played, I guess they played maybe 2 holes or 1 hole. I forget which. Because they were tied at minus 17. So you have a playoff hole. Winner gets 3,000,006. Loser of that gets 2,000,001. So if you extract them out, that's quite a bonus. It's like a 1,440,000. 1,000,004 putt. You make the putt, you got an extra. Instead of being second place and getting 2,000,001, you're in first place and you got 3,000,006. That makes that 1,000,004 putt. If you subtract the two, yes, sirree, Bob. Ooh. Well, he made the putt for extra 1,440,000 because that guaranteed him the 3,006,000, assuming he filled out his scorecard correctly, because that's a 1 or 2 stroke penalty. I think it might suspend you from the tournament. You get nothing if you screw up your course card. I think you're out of the match. It's a significant penalty. It's not a slap on the hand kind of a matter, but you can see these guys do pretty well. Second place, so you got 3,006,000, 2,000,001, goes down to 960. So you got a lot of people from Tommy Fleetwood up. Yeah, no. So, not Tommy Fleetwood. He's not in this. So all the people that are minus 14, you got Daniel Berger, Mackenzie, Brian, Maverick. Those people. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. There are 4 of them tied for 5th place. Yeah. Enough for the golf tournament. There's that River Park house. You're wondering where it was. And right across is the Kennedy Space Center. So you can be, this house here where the arrow's pointing. You can be in that second story about anywhere, sitting outside or up in the first or second in those balconies and just watch the blast off. It's right there. I mean, it'll shake your teeth. That's serious blast off. So that's River Park 101 River Park Boulevard. That's the house with the blue dot on it, which I was looking up how much they pay in real estate taxes and all that. Here's the legal description of this. I guess is parcel A. and his daughter with. Right. Let's see. There's daughter. Yeah, she's got that shirt on. So this is son, and maybe that's Robin sitting over there behind that other kid. Let's cross the street. So that's Lee and Robin. They're sitting in the driveway, trading chocolate eggs. There are priorities in this world. You start off light. Yeah. Oh boy. iPhone 17, there's a lot of chatter about this thing. They always have these spectacular headlines when you read the article and say, okay, what the heck is so revolutionary? Let's see. Let's see if we can read this paragraph. Oh, I read that paragraph. iPhone 17 series represents a significant evolution in smartphone technology, combining advanced features with refined design to enhance functionality, performance, and user satisfaction. From innovative display innovations and camera enhancements to lineup. Okay. So now it says, while the design changes are subtle, they just said up top, it's buckle up for revolutionary. Now it's design changes are subtle. The Pro mode stands out with, performance features tailored for users who demand top-tier performance and versatility. Well, that's what's going to happen with the 17, and they're having that camera thing all the way across, because when they have the fold-over phone, they're going to have a piece down here right underneath there that's going to have so when you have the phone closed and off, get that out of the. Yeah.
It's 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock, according to my computer. See, there's another article about iPhone 17 Pro. Oh, we have the 16. This is the 17. See the 3 camera design, There's the 3-camera design. But that window now has been moved all the way over, and the flash, little white dot is the flash, and this other opening is an opening for the LiDAR, the laser emitting feature that lights up a room with an array of measuring equipped sensors. Yeah. So the iPhone 17 Pro Max, there it is. There's little softer edges on it. The case is supposed to be like aluminum, brushed aluminum. It's machined. I finished up Brennan's tax return. He couldn't, took him a while to get to his IRS user ID thing, which he has, because someone hacked. Can you imagine? You talk about people have cojones. I know what that is, right? So they hacked Brennan's tax. You file your tax returns. It goes like on an account, which is your name, your birth date, and your social security number. So you have like an account. Your account number is your social security number, I guess. I've never seen any other number. So, you got a bunch of little numbers inside your phone, which, you either go through those on your phone, comparing it to what the government has a record to have on that phone, which is nothing, I guess. Okay. There was someone talking to them at this event. That was yesterday at 5:27 p.m. You see it up in faint in the very top, but I can pull up on it, and you see the exit data shows up. It's cut off for you because I'm not in full screen mode. And there's the clean kitchen. This was all piled up yesterday with, we had Easter Monday. So this is Tuesday morning. And it is spotless. Yeah, jeez. I took a picture and sent it to Marilyn. Oh yeah, we got to decide on that. Oh, let me see if I can send that to Marilyn. Ooh. There we go. Please pick a day from those mentioned in Bill's text. There we go. 5 p.m. Marilyn says 5 p.m. All right. Well, what day? Bill's giving us 4 different days. Next week. Okay. What do you guys have going for you? Anything interesting? I've always got interesting things going on. Here's the new Gulfstream G800. You can have one of your very own. It starts, like you can have the optional extra doodads, but it starts at 75 million. 75 million, you can have one. But then, then you better save some money because you need it for, like the furnishings. I don't know what kind of seating it comes with. There's the Gulfstream. That's a beauty. Holds, it seats 19 people. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Yeah, so there are 8 windows, right? Yep. So presumably you could have one person sitting on each side. It has a bigger cabin than usual. I guess wider and taller. It's got 2 Rolls-Royce engines on them. Spec'd out. Tom Cruise owns Gulfstream 4, I guess that is. Jeff Bezos owns a G700. He must have gotten that a year and a half ago. Because Gulfstream just came out with this one. It starts around 70 million. Elon Musk and Cristiano Ronaldo both own G650ERs. So that's almost a G700, I think. There's something special about a Gulfstream. I can't look it up. I'm sorry, because my internet is not working on this iPad for some reason. And here's an interior shot of a G800. It goes Mach 0.925, almost the speed of sound. But that requires a little more engines. Like afterburners in the engine for jet airplanes. I mean, going over the speed of sound is pretty dramatic, I think, for the people below. It's powered by twin Rolls-Royce Pearl 700 engines. The G800 can carry up to 19 people, but the interior is, of course, customizable. Now here's one with a sideways mounted couch. That's price starts at 70 million. There you go. The G800 is faster and has more range than anticipated. The G800 is the newest addition to the family of private jets launched in 2009. So they're probably still making the G700 and some other G models maybe that don't seat 19 passengers, a little shorter maybe. doesn't go Mach, 0.924, whatever. But the G800 has a range of 9,400 miles. That's a lot of miles. I mean, you go halfway around the planet with that, right? Circumference of the planet is 25,000 miles, 24,000 miles. So halfway around the planet is, 12,000. So this is a little more than a third of the way around the planet. Yeah. You just look at it that way, and you got to go out a little bit. The size of the, the circular flight that it would have going around the planet, it would be it's elevated, 40,000 feet above the Earth. So that would mean that, the 9,400 mile range is not, that's in the air. So, so it's 9,436, so you say 90, 9,300 miles, maybe. Something like that. I would plan it. With a plane like that where you're flying intercontinental and you're probably maybe over water a couple of times, leave 436 miles worth of range in the fuel tanks when you're going to land somewhere. In other words, you don't want to. Better to have a little bit left over, so you can take off and refuel. Hopefully where you landed they have some fuel for you. You can pay for it, whatever you charge. $3 a gallon, or I think you'd be hard pressed, even though Gulfstream keeps sending out messages that you don't worry about it, and you gotta. Another view of Gulfstream. It's a fold down rosewood countertop thing, so you can get your iPad out with a keyboard like I have here and plop it right on there and start. Probably has, for sure, it has good internet connectivity while you're traveling around the planet and picking up from satellites. Manufacturer is always trying to make these jets bigger and more comfortable, and more importantly, give them more range. Yeah, 9,200 miles in range. That's a big deal. And according to this, mission accomplished. The FAA and the EASA, which is probably the European version of the FAA. The G800 has a range, according to those two agencies, they're giving you the range numbers. Mach speed of 0.82. Apple Watch tracks your blood pressure. Yeah, the watch doesn't track your blood. I mean, that's I read the whole article and I said, "Are you kidding me?" You got to have one of these blood pressure cup things, and you put it on, and that thing connects Bluetooth to your phone, which in turn connects to your watch. And yeah, you can see your blood pressure reading that thing I just showed you, delivers. The watch doesn't do it. It makes it sound like the watch is, tracking your blood pressure anytime, anywhere with the Apple Watch. Bupkis. It's anytime, anywhere. As long as you have something like this, Bluetooth, you got to turn it on. It's got rechargeable battery. It works. Yeah, it's good. But they haven't figured out. I thought they had a methodology. I don't know whether they're not mentioning it because Steve Cook decided against it or what. What's what, big guy? I don't know. Tomorrow I'm going wireless with the microphone. Yeah. And I'm going to try to start this up on my... I may test it this afternoon. I may test it in the next hour and see if I can do a 5-minute session using this transmitter receiver business, and put this microphone. I have the stand and this doodad, which that's what connects the microphone to the boom. So when I acquired this microphone, I got an extra one of these things, so that I could just put it right in there, because this is so screwed in there, it would be a pain in the neck. So if I want to use this microphone on a desk stand, there you go. If you want to use it as a handheld, you don't need this device, then you just screw it out. You just loosen this little tab right here, and the microphone will slide right out of here. Unplug it and plug it into another wire, and it could be a handheld with a wire. I'm seeing this girl right here on the news, and she's got this wireless thing I just showed you with this transmitter and a receiver transmitter setup. Yep. They're in Ocean County, New Jersey, because there's like wildfires, and they're trying to get ahead of the fire. So you have it's burned 8,000 acres, and you can see with the fire hoses putting it out. Smoldering. So if the winds, they change direction, you got big. You got huge fires that are being wind blown. That is going to really burn up stuff. So depending on which way this fire is marching through those acreages, if they come across a house, the house is gone. So you got to have these essentially roadways between, break up some of this acreage. It's one person or state of New Jersey or doesn't own all the property, so the fires are burning through multiple owners. No one's been injured so far. Yep, there she's got the little microphone on the end of her phone. Yep, that's the way it works. But see, you got the cameraman who's a sound engineer too. So those girls they can set it up, but they're not setting the frequency and so forth. That's done by others. Give me the microphone. I'm on the side. The guy behind the camera or his assistant has got a deal with all these other hookups, which is that's what Jimmy does in his own little private place here. Yepper. There we go. We want adjust. We're going to do that. And then we're going to go down here to black and turn up the black. So you don't have that. You want that. There you go. So now you got black and white. And there you have the inside of the G800. And you can see, yes. And the head there, that open up that little door, and you get the pilots. Now they're not all locked up necessarily, like if you were in a commercial airplane, because this is a small one. It's the $75 million one made by Gulfstream. But if you go this way towards, the other way, which I don't have a picture of that, it would have a similar doorway, and it would open up to the pissoir. Yeah, the place where you go take a piss. Wow, the pissoir. Yeah, that's your Gulfstream. A speed of Mach 0.935. Two Rolls-Royce Pearl 700 engines. It holds 19 people. And of course, customizable, starts at around 70 million. Yep, a photo courtesy of Gulfstream. You can see the very nice interior design features. You get those things that are under the seat storage things, where you might shove those pillows when they're not on the couch like that. I don't know. Or they have other cabinetry for the pillows. There it is. It's beauty. Adjust. Gives a little more brightness. Have to go here, turn up the black. Yep. Go to the shadows. Increase shadows a little bit. Not enough to. I want the black text, black on white, or white on black, but I don't want that gray color as the background. So I'm just, use this black crap. That's it. There you go, Gulfstream. Oh, gotta do the same thing on this one. Adjust. Hit the auto button for everything. And then I come down here to black. Turn that up all the way. And you can see the jet against the blue background. Looks beautiful. See how it increases the contrast. So, but doesn't affect the airplane itself. Life is better on the balcony. I don't like the way those look. We need some contrast, boys. Who the hell did that? Nobody. Turn that black point up. Where's contrast? We gotta turn the contrast up, yeah. We gotta work on the there we go. We gotta get the building straight up and down. The buildings need to be straight up and down. I mean, it's not that complicated. And these bunny rabbits are, I think they're sitting on the table correctly, so we may need to do that. You know, get the bunnies on the, like they're sitting on the table correctly. Yeah, we don't need to see. There we go. Trying to equalize them. There we go. So equalize the bunnies. Make the banister go all the way across. The picture still looks hazy to me. Now the clouds look a little lousy. Then we gotta get back here to color temperature and do something with that. There we go. Now we got blue sky. Yeah, something like that. I don't like it. Okay. We're gonna have to open this one up. Gosh darn it. There it is, Photoshop Express. And we're gonna photo edit. This one looks like the one we want to deal with right here. Alright, what do we got going here? We can do the crop tool and transform and hit auto and see if it does anything. And we'll use this tool to get the bunnies equalized. Interesting. All right. We'll get rid of some of that building. Yeah, we'll get rid of some of that building. Then we're gonna go. Let's see if I hit auto on. That helped us a little bit. Let's go to adjustments. I took the picture at sunrise, and the sun was still below, and it's lighting up the underneath of those clouds. But they still look a little. I don't like the way they look. I think the color looks something like terrible. So let's go over here and hit the luminance, and that gets rid of the pixels, softens the image from a focus standpoint. Now we're going to go to anti-haze and see if this does. You see, it makes it look washed out, and I go this way, it's more contrasty. But the colors look lost up. So that's all right. We'll go here to color temperature. So 10:30 now, coming up in a few seconds. It's 10:30. It's already there. All right, so we're in color temperature. Now we're going to slide this back and forth See, if we go this way, it turns blue. This way, it looks like a nuclear fallout. So we got to have something in between. So we keep sliding that back and forth. That's too much. That's too blue. That's too much. I'll bring it back just a little bit. Look at that, where it's smack in the middle. I tell you, this touchscreen stuff can be annoying. Because I don't know what that was. So we got hue. This is the saturation, how much. Come on, get the finger on it. All right, I don't like it. It's a complicated, so we're gonna upload this. We'll save it back and I'll work on it. I was just checking the pixel count. So this is like a 9 million pixel image, round numbers. Go ahead and close that out. And I'm going to shut this down. I'll go back to photos. Let's see what that is. What does that look? That looks crazy. Let's hit this auto. Let's brighten it up, and you still have whoops. See, it didn't look like that. It was early in the morning, and this is like dark. But then you can't tell it's dark. It looks light. So I gotta use this black point. Turn that up all the way. Brightness. Yep. I'm trying to image adjust this picture. Brightness. Contrast. Shadows. The shadow knows. Highlights. Yeah, that does not doing much. Brilliance. I don't like anything about this picture because I guess that's how the clouds look. The sun's coming up and it's flashing. It's going through a portion of the atmosphere beyond this horizon and lighting up the undersides of those clouds. Like, that's the way I've done everything you can do. That's it, baby. That's all you get. That's flat out of the camera. And that's just turning up the brightness, just in a sense. Woo! Okay. I think we're done with that. And I'm going to break this off. We're basically discussed enough of the current events. And Elon Musk has asserted again to his shareholders last night that he's going to be spending less time at the U.S. government and more time. He's going to have more attention to Tesla to see if we can get. The net earnings was down, but they've also spent a lot of time getting several new cars, designed and getting ready. That's expensive. Growth is expensive. Growth doesn't mean you're necessarily just selling something. Growth means that you got to design it and manufacture it before you can sell it. So that costs money, before you sell it. So that's why, and you've heard about the Model Y Juniper. So they've tweaked, they've tweaked some stuff in the Model X and the Model S, and now they've redesigned. It's like 100 or 140 different little things that they've done to enhance the ride and the interior comfort features, of the car. And they don't give that away. Including, reshaping parts of the middle part of the car and the underneath part, and the coefficient of drag is around, I think it's 0.22 now, from 0.24. Your typical new Corvette, the coefficient of drag is like 0.3, which is not good. The lower the number, the better. You want it to be, 0.01, instead of 0.22. So anyway, that's why that's one of the reasons Tesla's earnings are down. It's not because Trump is, and then you have some people saying, I wonder if I should buy a Trump because, all these crazies are doing things to people that own Trump cars. So far, we haven't had that kind of a problem in South Florida, I don't think. Because law enforcement would, throw your asses in jail for 10 years if you did that. It's like breaking in a car in a sense. They're throwing Molotov cocktails on cars, and in Tesla buildings that house Tesla cars, because they have a new foot design. You've seen that slipper always, a little bit of movement. All right, folks. You have a good morning. We'll see you tomorrow. 9 o'clock sharp.